What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Sui, and if you're my friend, you can call me Sudog or Sudizzle. And we're here on Code Vein again, and we're here with a not particularly good video in that regard. Yeah, I've been needing to make this video for some time now, and well, looks like today's the day, isn't it? So, I'm just gonna start this video off by saying I'm not going to be getting Code Vein 2. I know, waiting for a sequel since 2019, and it's finally here, and I'm not getting it. Sounds a bit ridiculous, sounds a bit stupid, I'm aware of this. And this video is going to be me explaining why I'm not going to be getting it. So yeah, I know that's a heck of a way to start a video like this, especially on a game that I've really enjoyed for a long time. But I suppose it is also good to, you know, be transparent and clarify things instead of just not ever making Code Vein 2 videos ever, and, for the few people that enjoy my videos wondering why I'm not. So, this video is more so for that. So, let's go ahead and talk about that. Alright, let's begin. So, why am I not getting Code Vein 2? I want to start it off with saying, because I went ahead and made myself a little list here, because for some form of organization, just so I'm not blabbering off in random places, and then I put this video up and I'm like, darn, I should have mentioned this. But this time I made a list, I prepared myself. So, um, the main big thing for me when it comes to Code Vein 2 and why I'm not getting it is because when you slap a 2 on something, you assume it's a sequel, a direct sequel, or a continuation in some manner, right? You would expect that. Of course, some games do that concept differently, like Final Fantasy, for example. But in Code Vein's case, you would have at least expected a continuation, right? But instead, you're given what is essentially a reboot with no correlation to the first game, no links to it other than a couple Easter eggs apparently, but other than that, it's a different world, different story. It has no relation to the first game whatsoever. And that is what immediately put a sour taste in my mouth. It's like, okay, I was waiting for a sequel to this game since 2019 because I would love to see what happens. And yeah, it wasn't that. It just isn't that. It's what is essentially, as I can describe, a reboot that was made into an open world game because every game ever needs to be open world apparently. Now that I'm not entirely against the concept, of open world games, they're pretty good when done right, but that's not the main point. The point is, it's called Code Vein 2, but it's essentially just not that. And I suppose as well as the change, to the main story, a lot of the thematics of the story, like what even are the revenants, that was kind of like the main thing for me, really. Like, oh, they're not, you know, formerly people with the boar parasites. They're their own species now, something like that. So that kind of change away from the story is like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. Definitely an odd part. I personally would have preferred an actual sequel and just not a 2 slapped on something that isn't what it appears to be. And yeah, it's just not cool in my perspective. And well, with recent, bits of reading and research and all that, I've also learned that the game is heavily censored, not only in terms of its visuals, but in terms of dialogue as well. Going as far as to mention, change terms like madness and stuff like that to bigotry or something like that. So it's like, oh, all right, well, localization, don't we love it? It's great. No, we don't actually. We hate that shit. But yeah, no, that certainly is another thing I don't like about it. Again, it's just like I've been waiting since, again, I've said this before and again and again and again. It's been a long time been waiting for a sequel, and anything that I possibly could have thought of that I wouldn't have wanted for a sequel happened. You know, it's just, man, I guess to say that I'm disappointed is a bit of an understatement. I'm quite sad about it. It's just like, man, Code Vein 2, I was excited, unbelievably excited. And it's just like, oh, yeah, no, it's Code Vein 2, but it's not. Enjoy. Yeah, thanks. Now, now, the thing is, even if it wasn't what I would have liked it to be, but it was somewhat a resemblance of it, that would have been okay. And it does hold some resemblance of what Code Vein is. So even if it wasn't what I would have liked it to be in terms of its story, its atmosphere, its aesthetic, I could have let that all slide if I at least could have been able to play with my homies or just how about randoms. Because I don't know about you, but I enjoy me some jolly cooperation. I've been a Sunbro for a long time, for those who know what that is. And I like helping out randoms. It's what I do. So it's like, okay, cool, like, even if the game isn't what I, would have liked it to be, I could still play with my homie. Because how I even got into Code Vein was because of co op. My buddy got in and was playing it. It's like, hey, you like Souls like? You're a degenerate that likes anime. And it's got co-op too. Come check it out. And I try it out, and it's like that one episode of SpongeBob where Squidward tries a Krabby Patty for the first time. And I absolutely fell in love with the game. And the fact that I can play with my homies and help randoms too was just the cherry on top. But then we go back to Code Vein 2, and it's like, okay, cool. I can excuse all that if I still get to play with my homie who got me into Code Vein to begin with, and I can help randoms in the future. Oh, wait, it's single player. There isn't even co-op in the game. With the first game having co-op, and I know there's some people that will tell you that, oh, co-op doesn't matter, it's whatever. Yes, I get it. You don't have anyone to play with. Yada yada yada. The point is, co-op was there for those people who enjoyed it, and you could still play by yourself if you wanted to. The option was there for either or party. Both are valid takes. But just for it to be straight up single player, no multiplayer, it's like, damn, I was really looking forward to that. I really could have let most of the stuff I didn't like about the game slide as long as I got to, again, I've said this plenty of times, play with my homeboy or just help randoms. But now I can't even do that. So it comes to the big question to me, why would I even want to get it? Just because it's Code Vein and you slap the 2 on it, although it's not really much of a 2, it's more of an offshoot or something like that. Again, why would I get it? For those who want to get it, go ahead. I encourage you to try things out. If you end up liking it, good for you. And I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way. I'm saying genuinely good. If you like it, good. There's plenty of negativities around the world. I suppose having some things you enjoy is nice. And for those who get it and like it, kudos. But I'm not going to be getting it. There are just too many things stacked against it for me that discourage me from getting it and disappoint me and sadden me for it. Mostly disappointed, but yeah. I guess a little sad because I was just looking forward to it for so long. And then it's just like, yeah, no, anything that you could have not wanted to happen, it has happened. And the cherry on top, you get to play it by yourself. Man, like, I was kind of I was in a bit of disbelief, but unfortunately, that is the reality as it is right now. I made a list of things I was supposed to read off, and then I kind of just stopped doing that, and now I'm just yapping. So, yeah, let's just keep going. Something that they could have done with the story and all that, they could have done it the God Eater way. There's the first game, there's the second game. It's got a different protagonist, different characters, but it still acknowledges that the first game happened, and there are even characters from the first game. But you're not in the first game anymore. You're in the second game, and you've got new things. They could have gone that route, and I would have been fine with it. The God Eater Way was pretty solid in terms of sequels, but instead it's not that. It's like, Code Vein 1, nope, no correlation, not related at all. What even is it? They took everything that Code Vein was and kind of just threw it into a wood chipper, and then now we have Code Vein 2. Man, I really wasn't expecting to ever have to make this video, or even be this much of a negative Nancy about it. I am well aware I'm being a negative Nancy about it. I'm quite the pessimist at times, I'm sure, as you know, but yeah, it's just like, damn, man, like because now I'm here thinking to myself, like, all right, well, for the longest time, I was like, all right, when Code Vein 2, if it ever becomes a thing, I'm gonna make so many videos about it. I'm gonna play it so much. You know, I'm gonna do so much co-op with my homie. I'm gonna do so many cool things that I want to do. And then here I am now. I'm not even going to be getting it. It's just, man, it's like, what am I gonna do now in terms of like my videos even? Not not that I'm too like stressed about it or anything, because again, YouTube is kind of just a thing I do for fun. But still, I had a plan in mind, and now it's kind of just been derailed and hit a wall, and the wall for some reason kind of exploded. I will still be doing YouTube videos and all that. I'll probably just be, doing different things, different games. Well, I guess games that you have seen on here before, just a little more. It is kind of upsetting that the sequel to your favorite game isn't even a sequel at all. It's just, yeah. Again, like I've said, get it if you want, try it if you want. If you like it, good. That's awesome. For those who enjoy it, I'm glad that you got something that you can enjoy. But as someone who is expecting a sequel and a continuation of some kind, even if it was a God Eater route type of story, um, what I was expecting was not at all what I have seen so far. And as I've said before, even if it wasn't what I wanted it to be, at least I could have played with other people, played with my buddies. But then I can't even do that. So the big question comes to me: why would I even bother to get it? I kind of just don't have a reason to, other than the fact they slapped a big old 2 on it. Yeah, it's quite the bummer. I'm not really too sure if I'm going to hard focus a certain game in the future for content. To be honest with you guys, I might end up getting Neo 3. Neo is also a game that I very much enjoy and have dumped an unhealthy amount of time into. So, and Neo 3, funnily enough, is close to my birthday when it comes out. So, that being said, I might just end up getting Neo 3 and might do videos on that. Or any other game I play. I play plenty of other games like Monster Hunter. I play Fallout, well, 76, the bad one as far as people know. I enjoy it for some reason. I know, I'm mid. But, yeah, I definitely will be doing other games on here. More than likely Neo 3 when it comes out. I am pretty excited for that. When I heard about Neo 3, it's like, oh, damn, alright, that's kind of out of left field. I'm surprised that's even coming out. I thought 2 was the end of it. But here we are at 3, so good. I have something to look forward to. It is what it is right now. I'm sure there are people who feel the same way I do. I'm sure there are people who completely disagree with how I think. Again, that's within your own individual freedoms to feel or think, and that's okay. There's some people I'm sure out there who think I am valid for feeling the way I do. There's some people that think I'm an idiot. And well, you're probably right. But like I said, it is what it is. I will find other things to do videos on, other games. Neo 3 likely being the most, I guess, likely candidate. Monster Hunter Wilds as well. I am a big fan of Monster Hunter. If it's a game where I can make a cute character on and kill big monsters on, most of the time I'm pretty cool with it. That's kind of the theme around here. But yeah, that is this video. That is pretty much what I wanted to say. Hopefully I made my points clear. I hope I did. On why I'm not getting Code Vein 2, and if I left something out, whoops, I didn't mean to. I suppose now we can just go ahead and wrap this video up. TLDR, I'm not getting Code Vein 2 because it's not really much of a sequel, and they decided to make it single player. And along with other aspects as well, like the whole censorship thing and all that. I have my reasons for it, and that's the TLDR for it. So yeah, I will find other things to make videos on, because again, this is something I just do for fun. And yeah, I suppose that will wrap this video up. And as you know, my name is Sui, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.